Cool. Oh, I just saw you have it in behind you. You have
It's everything on the YouTube. I got them. I'm ready for you,
I see
man.
it. I see it.
They're bringing all the Spider-Man actors back. Chris Evans, he came back as Johnny Storm. Never thought that was going to happen in a million years. I know it's CGI now. You don't have to wear the suit. Would you come back? Hey, my guest today is an Emmy-winning actor. We love his work in TV shows like Gotham and movies like the Fantastic Four films. His latest film is The Senior. It's in theaters September 19th. A big welcome to Michael Chiklis. He's here.
Hey, thanks for having me here, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing even better now. He's in a football field. His new movie is a football movie.
Yeah.
I love football, right? The Senior, it's right around the corner. What drew you to this story? Because it's a fantastic tale and it's
It's a great
unbelievable.
story. It's a true
Yeah.
story. You know how movies say this is based on a true story? This one should just say this is a true story because Mike Flint was right there off camera the whole time we shot it. And I mean, the authenticity is right there. And if it wasn't a true story, you wouldn't believe it because this guy at 59 years old, he got thrown out of college his first week of his senior year of college when he was the captain of the football team, and he regretted it his whole life. He got thrown off for fighting with a freshman who wouldn't get back in the dorm after hours, and he got thrown out of school, and he left with his tail between his legs. And some 40 years later, he gets invited to a reunion he thought was in it was an error, and his wife was like, "No, no, it's not an error. The guys are looking for you. They thought about you all these years and they want to see you. And I want you to go get this monkey off your back and exorcise these demons, if you will." And he goes down there and they look at him. And because he's a strength trainer and he's strapping, they say, "Hey, man, you look like you could still run with him." And he goes, "I probably could." And they were like, "Well, you're eligible." And he's like, "What?" And he found out that he had eligibility, and quite by happenstance, it wasn't planned. He realized that he had this opportunity to change the biggest regret of his life because he knew he couldn't go back and change the past, but he thought maybe I can change the meaning of the past and make a better future for myself and get this regret off my heart. And
Yeah.
he did this. And I just think it's an incredibly inspiring story. And it's one that took a lot of not just physical strength, but emotional power. And, you know, his wife, who's a pillar of strength, really held him up through a lot of it and his family. And it's also a story about breaking chains of abuse and, you know, breaking the chains of abuse of his, you know, that his father was, you know, physically abusive. And, you know, I mean, he forgives his dad and he knows his father was a World War II vet who lost a leg in the conflict in the Battle of the Bulge. So, you know, he knows a lot of his anger and rage was very, you know, grounded in reality. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of the thing is about self-forgiveness and forgiveness. And it does all this in the context of a very entertaining. I don't want to like make this
Yeah, we
sound
don't
like
want to
a
spoil it,
downer.
right?
No,
Yeah.
also
Oh
I
no, it's
well,
amazing.
you know, it's a very uplifting and fun movie to watch. A lot of comedy in it, um, yeah, a lot of action, you know, with the football and everything. But it's fun, and yet you walk out of that movie theater feeling great. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to one of the great sports movies. Look, it's Comic Book Central, right? Look, come on, I gotta ask you about
Yeah, you
the
gotta.
thing, right? I
Sure,
gotta ask you
sure.
about I
Because
know we're
after all,
great.
it is clobberin time.
Oh, I could die a happy man. That okay, bucket list checked off. I was even gonna ask you about it later. You took care of that, so we're good to go.
It was
Thank you for
not,
doing that.
they did not augment my voice. That was me. So
Oh
just
my
so
God.
for the
Listen,
record,
I got to ask you. I think you've called stepping into the thing suit the seventh circle of hell. Was that? Did you have
the
any good
first one,
memories?
the
The first
first,
one, yeah.
the first one, because they had really designed it not with a person in mind, but just the look of it in mind. And though
Yeah.
it looked amazing, there wasn't even a zipper,
You couldn't
like
go to
a
the bathroom.
zipper. No, So once I was in, it was a torture chamber. Ironically,
Yeah.
I never had to go to the bathroom because I was drinking water all day, but I was sweating it all out of my pores
Yeah.
because it was head to foot sealed in. So it was so hot. And the first thing they did when I was sealed in is put clothes over it. And I'm like, look, see all these clothes I'm wearing? Why does all this portion have to be this heavy 6 inches of heavy, you know, latex rubber, hard grip?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just heavy, cumbersome, and it wants to be straight, right? So it was like living in a Bowflex, right? So it wanted to be like this. So if I had to sit up, it was like, ugh. And if I had to sit there sitting up, I was just flexed the whole time. So the suit was something out of a horror movie.
We recently lost the great Julian McMahon who played Doom. What was your fondest memory working with him?
I love Julian, and he was such a gentleman. And I'll tell you why. You speak of the suit, that, and I don't begrudge the other guys in the cast. They were very young at the time. I think Jessica and Chris were 21 in the first one. They were young, and they were
Kids.
they were in a movie and they were excited and everything. So they were off doing things and everything. But when I was in the suit, they would put me in a slant board over by Video Village, and I was like literally like this in between takes, and it's just in hell. In that first one, it was very hard.
Yeah.
And Julian would come over, and be with me. He would talk to me,
Oh,
and
wow.
he knew I was, having a hard time, and having that sympathy and empathy for me to sit there and just get my mind off of it by carrying on conversation with me. And I knew it was deliberate, and it made me really love him because he wasn't just, he could have been doing, anything, but he was
Yeah.
deliberately coming over to me when I was on the slant board to sit with me and help me. And I'll never forget him for it.
He was the best.
Yeah,
I know. Look, here's the thing. I know we're crazy tight for time. Typically, I do a deep dive on careers. You got to come back to Comic Book Central. We're going
sure.
to do a deep dive in this, but I've got to ask you, they're bringing all the Spider-Man actors back. Chris Evans, he came back as Johnny Storm. Never thought that was going to happen in a million years. I
Oh,
know it's CGI now. You don't have to
they've
wear the
never
suit.
asked me, man. They've never
Would
asked
you?
me.
I'm asking you. This guy's asking you. Would you come back and like they're doing multiverse roles? You
Sure,
could do
why not? Why wouldn't I? I mean, it would,
yeah.
obviously it would depend on the circumstance and the, the story, whatever. But yeah, man, I'd love to do that again. I'd love to play the Thing again. I was one, and once we fixed the suit in the second one, it was a much better experience. And even, but now also with AI and CGI, I probably wouldn't even have to wear it. So,
Nope.
I mean,
You
I
get the
don't.
easy job, easy
I never
peasy.
say never, man. If it feels right and it's right, but and I'm in the best shape of my life now. After playing this football player, I've gotten back
Yes.
into good shape.
Yes.
So yeah, why not? Why wouldn't I? After all, it is clobbering time.
Oh my God. This is we want you back. I hope it happens. You are
Well,
welcome back on.
outcry that has to come from the fans.
That's what we want. We're gonna make that happen. And these roles in the senior, it's out September 19th in theaters. It's amazing. Every role you have, you've got to come back. We've got to do a deep dive. I got to dig into your
Cool.
career and
Oh, I
find out
just
what
saw you
makes you
have it
tick.
behind you. You have
It's everything on the
ah,
YouTube. I got them. I'm ready for you,
I see
man.
it.
It's look, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a drink together virtually here, and we'll do this little deeper dive. The
Great.
senior, it's amazing. September 19th. Michael Chiklis, thank you for being here on Comic Book Central. We love it.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Cheers.